video. Haddish was present during the filming of the entire video and aided, abetted, and watched Spears sexually ill a child. The video begins with Haddish holding Mr. Doe in his underwear, grasping the child's backside like a maternal figure, as pictured below, but Chronicles Speaks will not be picturing that on her page. Haddish leaves the child with Spears to watch the child because she has no place to be. Once Haddish is out of sight, leers at the child lustfully. He winks at the child as a foreshadowing of what is to come. The scene changes to Mr. Doe playing on the floor with some toys, still stripped to his underwear, with Spears sitting on the couch right next to the child. Spears is reading the newspaper, and when he drops some of the pages to the ground, is left with one sheet with two cutout eye holes to stare at the 7-year-old child's body. Spears opens his eyes as big as possible to make his eyes stare lustfully at the 7-year-old child, as pictured below. But again, Chronicles Speaks will not be picturing any of this on her page. The cameraman now zooms up for a close-up of the 7-year-old from the backside in his underwear, showing Spears' visual focus on sexualizing the minor. The child's backside remains in camera's focus for a few seconds and then zooms in, Spears constantly staring at the child, waiting for his time to strike. As the scene progresses, the child lies on his back, spreads his legs wide open in the air. The cameraman zooms in and out of the child's and Spears looks directly at the child's for an extended period. Spears licks out his lips and sticks out his tongue through one of the eye holes of the newspaper he is looking through while staring at the child as pictured below. Chronicles Speaks will not be picturing that. All right, so I'm not going to play the rest of the video. It's probably maybe 15, 20 more minutes long, about 15 more minutes long, but y'all get the gist of the allegations. The allegations are very serious, right? This isn't something that just kind of came about. So basically, Tiffany and this young lady, whose children, whose the children belong to this mother, were friends, right? Tiffany comes to the girl, to the lady, and says, "Hey, I got an event. You know what I'm saying? It's for a Nickelodeon skit or sketch, and we're gonna, borrow the kids." So she takes the children. At that particular time, they were 7 and 14. The little boy was 7 years old. The young lady was 14 years old. Tiffany proceeds to take them over to Aries Spears' house, where they had one videographer. And anybody that knows about film or entertainment knows that that's probably a red flag right there. There should be more than one person filming children. So essentially, it started off downstairs. Loyalty is going to pin the link. You all are welcome to click on the link that actually shows the video, because some people feel like they have to be able to see it to realize that it's real. I think there's something wrong with the psychology of that, but I digress. So Tiffany proceeds to have a couple of different scenes where she's leaving this little boy with. They didn't film the 14-year-old. The 14-year-old just basically talked about what she had experienced, and so I'm just laying out the details. Okay, so boom. So Tiffany picks up the children, takes them over to Aries Spears' house. Aries Spears, this videographer, started filming. They start off with this young lady. They have this sub sandwich. They're taking this sub sandwich, and if you've ever seen, I think it's Lady and the Tramp with the two dogs, when they had the spaghetti and they were kind of eating each ends of the spaghetti to kind of meet together and kiss. Well, this is what was happening with the 14-year-old concerning the sub sandwich. So Aries and Tiffany simulated eating this sub sandwich on both ends, opposite ends, as if to perform fellatio, and suggested that that the 14-year-old actually become a part of this particular scene. This is what I don't think I saw this part of the film. So then there's another part where Tiffany says, "Okay, hey, I got to run to the post office," or "Hey, I got to run to this place. Can you watch the children?" The name of this film was called, what was it called, LP? Through the Eyes of a Pedophile. I believe it's called Through the Eyes of a Pedophile. And so if you again, so she begins to film the little boy. They're filming the young man, the little boy who's 7 again at the time, and during this time, they're filming him with only his underwear on. And I don't know if this part of he had a train. And in this train, he was made to open his legs and move the train up and down in an upward, downward motion. Very sexually suggestive. Of course, the name. So fast forward to all of this. This is the part that fucking pisses me off, right? So she gets to this place and they do like 3 different skits, right? 3 different skits that I saw. And then the little boy comes downstairs. He's crying. The sister wants to know what's going on. They're not saying what's going on. So Tiffany is scolding the children on the way back to the house, saying, basically that they're not ready for Hollywood. She proceeds to take them home. And in the meanwhile, the mom is asking, where's the film? Where's the footage? Tiffany's saying, I don't have the footage. I don't have the film. So, you got to get with Aries. So she's contacting Aries. She's contacting Aries. Aries is saying, I haven't edited it yet. So weeks go by. He still hasn't edited this film. And then finally he says, this footage was too, we couldn't use any of it. So we deleted. So this whole time, they're filming, all of these years, the mom is thinking that the film is deleted. Like there was no footage, nothing was there. Tiffany said that she never had the footage, so she didn't know. So boom, Lizzo and Aries gets into this big heated discussion about a very disrespectful comment that he made, and her fans went crazy, right? They started digging for stuff for him, and they found this particular a comment that he was kind of clapping back at somebody, maybe a fan or something, and she mentioned this particular film through the eyes of a pedophile. And when she mentioned that film, someone was able to go and film and see this footage and capture this footage, seeing that this footage was there. And of course, the internet, bless them, decided that they wanted to try to do their fake due diligence and scrub this shit. But in the meantime and in between time, this 22-year-old who actually has custody of the 17-year-old, and it's a really sad story. Like the 17-year-old can't do nothing. He can't make friends. Like he doesn't want to do anything. He's a hermit. He doesn't want to be filmed. He was super traumatized by this, according to whatever the information that was in this particular lawsuit. But the sadder part of that is this going to just disappear, go away? You understand? Like, I got so many questions, but I've been talking enough. So I want to give y'all an opportunity to absorb what you've heard, to tap into what you've heard, and basically comment, ask questions. Again, I've seen the footage, the film. My moderators, some of them I've coming over to Facebook Facebook and Instagram. Some of them are still in Clubhouse. I sent the film, but I'm very careful about stuff like that because I'm not the person that goes around tossing people's negative shit on the internet, especially when it involves children. So, but then there are some people that says, oh, I don't believe any of that, but it was definitely like undeniable that these people were actually involved in these allegations. So I'll mic down and I'll allow anybody, starting with Clubhouse, if you all have anything that you want to say, or anything that you want to ask or add, anything that I might not know. But my main question is, why don't we believe our children? So we started off, okay, where's the mama? They went in on that. Have you ever dropped your kids off at somebody that you love and you think that you call that person your sister? I have. You understand? So the mom wasn't there. She might have some things going on with her life or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But nobody believes the mom, throwing the mom under the bus, right? We're going to throw Tiffany. We ain't really going to throw Tiffany and them under the bus yet. We're going to throw them kids under the bus first. Psychologically, that's what we do. So I want to hear from y'all. What's popping? Might be down.
She might have some things going on with her life or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But nobody believes. I couldn't hit my onion fast enough. I'm like, so as a mom of a child that was molested by a caregiver that I brought into my home, and when I found out, like, first of all, nobody was throwing me up under the bus. That was just like not gonna happen. But that is what society does. Like, how could you not see? But this whole story, so I'm not one of those people either. Like, I don't need to see the video, right? So I'm not an attorney, but I played one in my life, right? I have a lot of clients that I deal with on the social justice side. But you just reading it to me, I'm totally like disgusted. And even though this is not, and please don't attack me, this is not one of the most blatant cases of child sexual abuse that I have heard or read. But this right here, but I know where it's going to go. It's going to be about the money, right? So when you originally opened this up and said what they want, right? It's about the money and the time difference that it took from the time the incident happened to now where they are in their lives. And unfortunately, it's going to be, oh, well, how come they didn't complain when it happened? And when you don't have a clear trail to that, that becomes the story and the narrative, not about what happened to the children, unfortunately. And I think if there's anything that we need to do moving forward with these types of conversations, because this crap's still going to keep happening, right? We would have thought that, what would happen with the big Hollywood stars, that, people would be like, oh, this never happened anymore. It's going to keep happening. What we need to do in moving these conversations is to say, when this freaking stuff happens, moms, dad, caregivers, whoever, you need to take that child immediately and let's get on this, on top of it. Immediately. And I'm just going to land right.
Popcorn style, y'all. Tap in. I ain't got a whole lot to say.
I'm looking. I want
to chime in there. What perfect timing, because I'm at the park. So you're going to hear all these beautiful babies, living their life as they should. And I didn't need to see the video. I heard about it. I heard the uproar. I didn't read too much about it. I have a thing with riding with the crowd. I have to stand back and see what's going on first. Assess things first. It has a lot to do with yourself, your patience, how you go along things, not to be like a follower and all this stuff, right? I'm mentioning all this for a reason, right? The question is why we don't believe children. I feel like it's just a psychological effect that keeps going on and on. We were children that no one listened to, and then we get older, and then we have kids that we don't listen to until you break it, right? If you don't break it, it just keeps going on and on and on and on. And granted, we take our children to these schools. The teachers are doing the same shit. Nobody's listening. Excuse my language, by the way. It's very colorful. I'm a bit passionate on this. Excuse me. I apologize greatly.
No, don't apologize. You good. You in the space that we need to have these types of discussion. I kind of don't trust people that don't cuss anyways, but that's just me, Roy. But go ahead.
Listen, honey. Yes, the passion is there, and I always feel like there's someone out of every home that's been sexually molested. I don't care who you are, where you're from. Someone in that home. If it's not the children yet, it was the adult at one time. So, with these things, it's been overlooked. Some adults don't say anything. They take it to their grave, honey. They don't know what to do with it. They find out, other children in the home went through it. And they process it like, go about their business because that's what they're used to. And I feel like,
at some point we have to step outside of ourselves and be like, listen, this is just, we can't do it. We gotta listen to these babies. Oh my God, especially if you're the one who has, using discernment. Your intuition is on 3,000, and you feel something is going on, but you asking questions, and everybody's saying no. What are you gonna do? Everybody's saying no. Like, damn, maybe I'm bugging. But still, the question comes, and then it comes to a point where somebody really open up their mouth, and it's a child be like, yes, this has happened. Why they ain't saying anything? Because they were scared what would happen. And sometimes it's not because the adult was putting fear into them, right? Because the pedophiles, they like to, this is normal. It's okay. It's a beautiful thing. You see how that feels good? It's normal for it to feel good, And so it's more so like, dang, what would come of it? And the child would say, like, yeah, it felt good. It's true. It's what the adult said. They're gonna go by what the adult said, and it wasn't a lie at those moments, right? And I feel like it's just sad. I don't necessarily blame the mama or the guardian or whoever at this point, because again, it's easy to get someone that's down and out, looking for help. Somebody swoop in, help in the family, taking care of everything, groceries, the bills, everything. And you're like, man, you are heaven sent. And then they take the child and they do what, where, why, when with the thing. And it's like, it's so easy. Like I said, we bring our kids to the school. The teachers can do this, honey. The principal can do it. What are you gonna do? You're gonna lock your child up? Yep. That would do the child a disservice too. You see? Yep. The point is I feel like it's important to tell the truth, man. I can't stress that enough, honey. We can't be lying to our kids, and I understand that there's a way you talk to them because that has to do with age. We get it. And at some point, like, whoa, this is it. They're showing it on TV, honey. They're having cartoons with, listen, this is not about anybody's sexuality, But they're showing it on TV where it's like confusing the child. The child knew, like, the child wanted to be a dog because they love Paw Patrol, right? So now this little boy, want to dress into a girl because he sees like that's the superpower. Come on, Royal. TV. Come on, Royal. Honey, we need to really tell, like, baby, honey, you want to be a dog? It doesn't mean you're a dog. I'm not gonna put you outside in the doghouse, baby. Well, I'm not gonna make you wear a dress. And if you want to, when you get older, that's your decision. Then do it, but I'm not gonna force anything. I want the child to come into their own, and I feel like it's important. And again, I understand that it's hard too because there are adults who didn't get the opportunity to come into their own, so they don't know who they are. We have people around that can't even tell you who they are, what they want, where they want to go. They just going along with the ride. With everything that's going on that you see on TV and the pandemic, The Walking Dead is about the people who's going on. I don't feel like it's literally about dead bodies. The Walking Dead, the zombies, is about the people that's around us. Zombies. They can't snap out of it. No matter what you do, they can't. So you got to find the people that are trying to figure it out. Once you come across these groups, okay, now we have to learn how to live together amongst the zombies. So zombies are going to be zombie hunt, but at one point the zombies are going to wake up and really like, okay, like, all right, I understand, I get it. We have to give them that opportunity to get it. But for us, honey, keep going, spread the word, teach the babies. That's all I wanted to say, honey. I'm sorry to go on, but go ahead. Nah, you good. Listen, for those of you all that just joined us, I got my god brother LP that's over here on Instagram. I had some challenges with my Facebook Live, so there was no audio over there. My sister was trying to tap in over there. I got some people over there, but we welcome y'all to this space, man. It's a cool space, man. This is the Phenomenally Me Women's Societies Club. I'm your host, Shaletta Jermaine, and today we're talking about why people don't believe the children.